Welcome to Astrology. This is a reading for all ascendants of the Water Trine, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Astrology brings this analysis for you. Water Trine, your reading for November 12th to the 30th from Astrology starts now. And I'm continuing with the Lenormand pack because I just don't like to be routine and boring. That's just not my day. So that here we go. We have the Water Trine, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have Heart, Bear, and Mice. And these three cards together tells you that, you are feeling a bit romantic and a little bit sexy, a little bit uh, passionate at this time. But you're also in protective mode because the bear is there, and the bear is in protective mode, standing between you and probably heartbreak because the mice brings illness, it brings disease, it brings heartbreak for you in this line. So that someone or something is a little protective of you and your heart at this point in time or in the past to let you know that your feelings at at if you let your feelings out right now, you might be isolated a little bit. You might get a little heartbreak, a little illness. Is that what happened to you? You know? But the heart is there, and the bear is also about traveling, taking a journey, so that you may have to be a little careful at this point in time in terms of where you go. We have COVID around, new strains are coming out. Um, it may affect you, it may not. So just be a little extra careful as to where you go and how you travel, your mode of transport. Because, the cards are telling you there might be a little illness that you could potentially attract or get in your travels and journeys or where your heart wants to take you. And then the second row here, we have the coffin, lilies, and house. And change is around the corner for you. So are you in retirement mode? Is that why you want to travel? That your heart wants to take a rest? That you want to just take a rest, give it all up, smell the roses, you know. An elder or experienced person can offer sound direction for you at this time because the lilies, tells you about an elder person, a father figure in the community. And you want that comfort, or it will benefit you in the family life if you listen to the sage advice from elders. Your natural charisma will follow you through with receiving equity. And equity for you here equals a sense of justice. And what it is you want justice? Is it that you think that you have done enough for the family and now it's your time to rest, now it's your time to travel because your heart is yearning for that journey, for that new adventure? You want to close off one part of your life and start anew. Is that what it is? But is it that you're still thinking about your family? You know, is that element of emotion still there for you? What it is that is kind of protecting you and holding you? But probably, you can think about it, but it's probably not the time yet for you to retire. You're on your way, it's nearby, it's around the corner, but there are things you have to think about. You can't just, go into it gung ho. Consider everything around you before, you follow your heart and do what you want to do emotionally. Think about it. The bear is there protecting you, trying to lead you in the right direction. And let's see what the future, well, again, major changes and bringing new things, making decisions, the stalk, the tower, the crossroads. Change is the central theme for your future. So it appears major changes and opportunities may follow you to bring you to the crossroads for new adventures, new beginnings, transition, movement, a new cycle of living, earning joy are all in your future. There is nothing static for you in this reading, Water Trine. The cycle continues. It's a continuous cycle from past, present, and future. You are undergoing some changes. You are undergoing some new thoughts, you want to go on the new adventures, but there are things that you have to do. This talk doesn't only bring new things, it tells you to take stock of your life, what it is you really want to change, what it is you really want to accomplish in this. And let us see what the clarification from the goddess, Jambi, mask. And the Jambi comes from the Caribbean folklore where anything that is negative or malevolent, that is kind of evil, we say it's a zombie. It's a shadowy figure that can affect us, that is there in the background, telling us that, we have to understand what is happening, but that if we are evil, if we make the evil choices, if we don't make the best choices, then we may become a shadowy figure. We are not substantial in our body or mind or soul because we have nothing with us. We are wearing a mask. We are not showing people the true person that we are or that we can become, so that we have to not be instruments of evil, so that we can't become that fog-like wispy creature that is a shadowy figure. We want some substance to us in our life, and probably in not making the correct choices and not protecting ourselves or our family, we become a little bit, of the bad guy. So let's not become the bad guy. Let's not become the jumbie. Take off the mask, go forth, show your true self, because the element here for the jumpy is air, and air can go any which way, left, right, up, down, backwards, forward, sideways. Air can go any which way, so you have a lot of choices here that will send you in different directions. Let's check again and see what is the Bhagavad Gita intelligence. And the intelligence comes through in the verse 42, chapter 3. And this is the yoga of action. And chapter 3, verse 42 tells us the senses are superior to the gross body, and superior to the senses is the mind. Beyond the mind is the intellect, and even beyond the intellect is the soul. So basically, there is steps to progress, and steps to progressing leads to intelligence. And basically what this verse is telling you is that an inferior entity can be controlled by its superior entity. So is your mind superior to your heart, or is your heart superior to your mind? You make choices through many different mechanisms: your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit, guidance from persons, listening to yourself, being independent, self-sufficient. But Sri Krishna explains that there's a gradation, there's a gradual movement of superiority amongst the instruments God has provided to us. He describes that the body is made of gross matter. Superior to it are the five knowledge-bearing senses, which grasp the perceptions of taste, touch, sight, smell, and sound. Beyond the senses is the mind. Superior to the mind is the intellect, with its ability to discriminate. But even beyond the intellect is the soul. And this knowledge of the sequence of superiority among the senses, mind, intellect, and soul can now be used for rooting out lust, and those anger and evil and krodha, as we say in Vedic astrology. And this is explained in the final verse of this Bhagavad Gita, this chapter 3. So that let us learn lessons, that there is a process to everything. Yes, we're starting off with our hearts and ending at the crossroads, so that we need to use all our senses. We need to look at the superiority of our senses to make the decisions, to understand that some changes, we can't avoid it. It's mandatory. We will go through it. Let's learn from it. Let's make the decisions from it that will support our family and ourselves at this time. And probably we have to try new things. You depend on your mind. Probably you only have to you have to add your heart to that now, or probably it's vice versa. You have only been emotional about making decisions. Take a breath, take a step backward, and use your intellect. So this is the uh, messages for you, Water Trine, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces from Zidam Astrology. Bhagwan's blessing has once again allowed me to complete a video for you. I hope that all is well with you. I pray that your dreams enables your thoughts to bring you growth, bring you development, bring you happiness. I have created two separate slides and tutorials on videos on my YouTube channel. Look out for them on the tarot trine and the transit of grahas and how I do it here at Zidam Astrology. Be safe, happy, healthy until we meet again. Please share, sign up, and subscribe. See you next time.